bottom. Ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
What's going down, gamblers?
Oh man, I'm tripping. What's going down, gamblers? It's your boy, the coach, representing Brothas N Bets, and I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Marley Bet. Should I go white man can't jump style, or just keep it like this? Indiana Jones, kind of like Crocodile Hunter. Marley Bets, what's going down, Marley?
Not shit, man. Cool.
White man can't jump, or Crocodile Hunter? White man can't jump, or Crocodile Dundee? Do you even know who Crocodile Dundee is?
I know who Crocodile Dundee is. What are you trying to say?
I'm just asking, do you know who Crocodile Dundee? White man can't jump. Which way should I go?
White man can't jump.
All right, so I'm gonna keep it like this. The white man can't jump, dude. Hey man, what's going down, man? It's week 7 college football. We about to get ready to do a preview, man. And how's everything been on your end, Marley? I know we haven't been in the matrix. Our VIP subscribers, we haven't been locked in because I kind of gave them a disclaimer. Look, man, after that 10K run, your brother is cold, and I don't want us to lose any money. So, been kind of off on even our daily picks, man, because when we cold, and I don't like you just putting out false information out there when we cold. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, Marley Bets, how you feel, dog?
I'm good. I can't complain. What that boy said, Giannis, Travis Hunter, should win the hunch, and QBs have been inconsistent this year. Yeah,
I agree. I definitely agree with that statement. If you were to give it to anybody right now, and this is really an open mic deal, but since the peoples have a question, we're gonna answer to the people. Who do you give it to right now?
Travis Hunter.
Okay, why?
Obvious, for the obvious reasons. It's not only the fact that he's going both ways, but he's making plays on both sides of impact plays. And he's going against tougher competition, being in the Big 12. So even in the Nebraska game, the loss, he still made it. So I think he's the best player in college football. I like Gentry. Don't get me wrong. Numbers are there. I just feel like Travis Hunter makes big plays and big moments against better competition so far. But I agree with the statement with the quarterbacks too. Kind of inconsistent.
All right. I probably got to go the same, man. I love what Buddy at Boise State's doing, but man, I've always said this, outside of the quarterback position, cornerback is probably the toughest position outside of the quarterback, and that's just my opinion. And to be able to do that, and then backdoor, and play over 100 snaps a game and play over 100 snaps per game at a high level really shows me that guy is it. Now, the next question will be, where do you play him at the next level? Me personally, I think he should get that money at receiver. But that's just me, though. I think he can have a longer career playing receiver. I mean, because you think about it, how many 40-year-old defensive backs have we seen? We've seen Prime. Just me personally, I've seen Prime. And I've seen your boy Darryl. Oh, man, what's the buddy name? Darryl Green?
Yeah, Washington.
From Washington. Those are the only two that I really seen go past, that 40 mark and still play. But if I were him, I'll probably play that receiver spot. Jerry Rice, 42, 43 years old, and he hung it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and out of all his career, I know for a fact he set out one season because he got hurt when he played against my Bucks in the season opener, and Warren Sapp kind of put that thing on him. But other than that, I think he should get that money at the receiver position. So. Yeah, man. Oh, and one more thing. Shout out to everybody in Florida. Shout out to all my family that's out there in Florida. Keep y'all head up. Yeah, man. Hopefully all of y'all are safe. Prayers out to everybody who's going to be affected by Hurricane Milton. But with all that being said, Marley, man, let's jump right into the mix because it's late. I got to get up early. We got 5:50 a.m. practice, and then I got to coach the sub the game. So let's jump into, man. We got some nice games going down this weekend, man. Let's jump into our very first game. I should really start it off with the Red Ritter shootout. Hey, that's another thing I want to ask you. While we on how you feel about these kids with the new celebrations? How you feel about that?
So look, my quarterback did that.
Okay, I was about to say, it sounds like one of your guys did it in the game.
My quarterback did it, and he got penalized for it. And I can say at the time, I was, to be 100% honest, my initial reaction was like, "We'll take the penalty." It was a nice play. I kind of always been like, as long as you celebrate in the end zone and not at the other team, like because I encourage my teams to like get hyped up, screaming,
Celebrate, yeah.
But like do it toward me or us versus like showboating up the other team. So I don't know.
Bro,
he did
Bro, one game I forgot. And I put money. I had money on this game. Luckily, I had money on the other team. That boy said, and I'm like, bro, yes, thank you. Like, what is he doing? Third down and long, and he does that. Anyways, man, we got a good one going down. We got Penn State traveling to the West Coast to take on Southern Cal. Penn State 5-0 right now. USC 3-2. This game is going down at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time in United Airlines Field Stadium at the LA Memorial Coliseum. This line did open up in favor of Penn State, -5.5 and -5, and right now that line's sitting at 5.5. The total sitting at 50.5 at the moment. Get to some of these actual factuals here for Penn State. Penn State 2-4 against the spread in the last 6 games. The unders hit 4 out of the last 5 games. They are 5-0 straight in the last 5 games. 6-1 against the spread in the last 7 games when playing on the road. The unders hit 5 out of the last 5 games when playing against a Big Ten conference opponent. But they are 2-4 straight up in the last 6 games whenever they playing on a week 7. So this really isn't their spot on a yearly basis. USC 5-10 against the spread in the last 15 games. The overs hit 14 out of the last 20. They are 4-2 straight up in the last 6 games. 13-3 straight up in the last 16 games at the crib, but 1-10 against the spread in the last 11 games when going against an opponent from the Big Ten Conference. They're also 0-6 against the spread in the last 6 games whenever they play in the month of October. So October has not been a good month for the Trojans. But they are 15-4 straight up in the last 19 games when playing in a week 7, but it just hasn't been that time in the month of October. Injury reports right now. There's a lot of questionables for Penn State. I mean, this is a very, very long list. Running back Nicholas Singleton, he's probable for this game. Linebacker Fisher, he's questionable. Caden Sanders, he's questionable. Winston Senior safety, he's questionable. Keon Wiley's questionable at the linebacker position. Sam Siafa, he's questionable as well. I mean, there's a nice little long list of guys who are questionable or probable for this game for Penn State. As far as USC, definitely not a long list similar to what Penn State has. Eric Gentry, linebacker, he's questionable for this game. Tight end Lake McCree, he's upgraded to questionable for this game. Dejon Davis, linebacker, he's out for the season. Alexander, defensive lineman, he's out for the season. Last time we seen Penn State, they took care of business 27-11, which a game that they were favored by 29.5. Against UCLA, they did not cover the spread. Last time we seen USC, they were upset by Minnesota, chopping that row in the boat. They lost 17-24, and they were favorites in that game, and they lost outright. They were 8.5-point favorites. So, with all that being said, USC, Penn State, Marley Bets, what's your play? Or do you have a play?
So, yeah. So it kind of depends. Nicholas Singleton, he's the key. He's the running back. Let's look at his numbers real quick. 53 carries, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think like 7.7 yards to carry. More importantly, that is the weak point of many against the Trojan defense. They give up 100, over 100, damn near 150 yards a game, and Penn State averages 250. So definitely think the right team is favorite, but it's going to depend on Nicholas Washington. I'm not a big Trojan fan, to be honest with you. It's all, damn, you got to go to Penn State. Oh, that's why you said nice. Gotcha. I'm catching up. But yeah, so depending on what Nicholas Singleton is doing, then I lean Penn State. I ain't got to the window, won't get to the window. I got to see if he's playing. He's probably going to play. Only thing that concerns me, cross country, travel, late start. Got to keep that shit in mind. I used to that. This is really like what, a 9 o'clock start game? Shit, 10 o'clock start game for Penn State because it's a 6:30 start.
No, this is 3:30.
Oh
no! This is 3:30 Eastern time. So, according to my notes,
no, it's 2:30. You're right.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't be travel. Shouldn't be.
It's an early game. It's not an early game for them. No, it should be
it's
right
like a 12
o'clock
game. It's right on point. So that's good.
Right.
Yeah. So long as, man, for me, it's just really depending upon Nick Singleton. I mean, Drew Allard, he's been great. 9 touchdowns, 1 interception, hasn't turned the ball over. Miller Moss, he's thrown 4 interceptions this year to his 9 touchdowns, so he's showing he can turn the ball over. That Penn State defense is real. I like Penn State. I think they'll slow the Trojans down. I just need to know if Singleton is playing, depending on who's running that ball. Singleton playing, I'll take the 5.5.
I just got a funny text message. Someone said, you listen to Glorilla, bro? Hey, all right. So what's your official play for this?
I guess officially I don't have one until you say Singleton is what? Probable.
It's a lot of probable.
Probable. So man, best I can tell you, Singleton plays. I'll take the 5.5. If you
take the 5. That's the thing with Penn State is, first off, this was a big game. You know, James Franklin don't have a great record against top 25 teams. West Coast travel. I don't know. This screams USC for the upset. It screams that to me.
I just don't. My problem with it.
The thing is, they play to the full to the clock is 0-0-0-0-0. So they can't easily cover this. They're gonna start like slow. Penn State be starting slow. They don't like lately this season. They haven't just come out smack 21-0 halftime, you know, something like that. They've been covering late.
They running the ball. They're averaging 250 rushing yards a game. I mean, I know they schedule ain't like it ain't like they played. You know, see who they last. UCLA.
I don't have.
They beat a good Illinois team. That's not because boys might be sleeping on that.
Oh
Illinois.
No, you're right. That is a good team, but I don't know, man. If I was to lean, I'd probably take the 5.5. James caught it at a great line, -3.
Yeah,
that's a lovely line, but I don't know. I just feel as though we're gonna have a James Franklin moment,
And I can see coming off a loss, USC, they're gonna definitely be up for it, ready to play.
So no official play. You don't have an official play there.
No official play. I just don't believe them. I don't believe in Lincoln Riley. He just wants to score points. He don't want to stop nobody.
He don't want to stop nobody.
Then what happens when you get stopped?
And the thing is, Franklin want to score points. It's just he's more defensive oriented, but he wants to like run it up, and he will if he gets a chance. You know what I'm saying? So they can easily cover it. It's a very, very late, tight game, coverable win. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's tied up, get 2 field goals and we cover. But I if I were to play this, I would lean on USC. So since we don't have a play on this, I don't want to say too much longer. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. That's Marley Bets. We are Brothas N Bets, man, and you can catch us every Wednesday for the NCAA show, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, Central Standard Time, excuse me. And for the NFL show, you can catch us at 4:00. Today they went on at 5:30 because, things happen, life happens, but just be sure to subscribe to everything. Subscribe to our Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and it'll always keep you updated, man. So, hey, we appreciate y'all. Now let's get on to that. Let's get on to that event, man. And we're talking about the Red River Shootout. Well, we can't call it that no more. What's it called now? The Red River Rivalry.
The
Red River Rivalry. We got the new number 1 team in the nation taking on the number 18 team. I think the 18-14 Oklahoma Sooners. UT 5-0. Oklahoma Sooners 4-1 with the freshman quarterback. Came back last week in their first SEC matchup against, not last week, 2 weeks ago against Auburn. But this game's going down at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time in the Cotton Bowl. The line did open up in favor of Texas. Excuse me. The line did open up in Texas minus 10.5, and man, a lot of money's been coming in on them guys lately. Let's get to these actual factuals, man. UT 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games. The overs hit 6 out of the last 8 games. They are 8-4 against the spread in the last 12 games against the Sooners, but 1-5 straight up in the last 6 games against Oklahoma. 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games when played in the month of October. They are 12-1 straight up in the last 13 games when playing as a favorite. OU 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games, 7-3 against the spread in the last 10 games against an opponent from the SEC conference, 12-3 straight up in the last 15 games in the month of October. But 7-0 straight up in the last 7 games when playing in week 7, though. 3-6 against the spread in the last 9 games played on a Saturday. Injury reports right now. Ewers, he is probable for this game. Running back Colin Page, CJ Baxter, they are not playing this week. And defensive back Derek Williams Jr., he is questionable right now. Now for OU kicker, the kicker Keltner, he is probable for this game. Hatchett, the guard, is questionable. They got a nice little list, man. 5 receivers who are questionable: Anthony Burks, Farouk, Anderson. Who the heck is this? Anderson. Anderson, Gibson, Jaden Gibson, they are all questionable for this game. Well, Anderson and Gibson, they're out indefinitely. Jalen Farouk's out 6 to 8 weeks. It's just a couple of McCullough linebacker. He's questionable as well for this game. 2 defense backs, Williams and Dolby, they're out as well. Last time we seen Texas, they took care of business 35-13 against Mississippi State. They did not cover the spread. They were favored by 37.5, which was crazy for an SEC opponent. They did take on an OU beat Auburn with the upset victory in Auburn. Jordan-Hare Stadium, 27-21, very exciting game. They debuted the true freshman quarterback for that game as well. So, Red River Shootout, Longhorns versus OU. Marley, what's your play?
Let's talk about this for a second. I ain't trying to be on it too long myself, though, but this your boy, right?
Say what?
This your boy, right? The coach.
Who you talking about? UT Sark?
No, Stone
Riley.
actually. You know who I'm talking about? Oklahoma.
Not really. Not Riley. I know you talking about.
Venables.
Was Venables? Yeah.
This your boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain to me the did you do the Tennessee loss? You watched that game?
When they lost to Tennessee?
Yeah. I mean, I actually did
Oh.
okay. They had 25 points, right?
Yeah, but Tennessee, good team, man.
They are.
Tennessee, good team. Here's the problem with OU. I've seen them a couple times. The problem with OU has been quarterback play. They did slow them down. They slowed them down a little bit. Tennessee covered the spread, but up until Tennessee lost, nobody was slowing down Tennessee, but they did a good job. I mean, shit, who did you take in that?
Tennessee.
You took Tennessee with the spread? I thought you took. You sure you took them in that game?
I think I did take Tennessee.
I think you took OU because you like, man, they holding them down right now. I don't know. Anywho, go ahead.
What I want to say is this. I agree with Daniel Scott. Record got to go out the window with this rivalry, man. I personally think 14.5 is just fucking too many points in this game. Way too many points in this game. I've seen when Texas been heavy favorite and come out and lose. I've seen OU on the other side. So there's no way I can jump. I like where Nate's going. I love Texas first half. Maybe if you can get it at a 7, but it's probably gonna be 7.5 to an 8. Can't get the touchdown. So to be honest with you, Coach, I like your boy Venables just because I don't like necessarily him. Rivalry game, anything can happen. Both teams gonna be wild up. I think Texas is the better team. I just think 14.5 points in a rivalry game is just, man, it just feels like it's way too much.
Way too much.
Both defenses,
14.5 now.
Both defenses been playing pretty good for the most part. They're ranked similarly. Only difference is obviously is offensively Texas is averaging damn near fucking 50 points, whereas OU's only averaging 30 points. So if your boy is good as you claimed he be when he first got that job, and if he can do half the job he did against Tennessee, then I think 14 is too much. I got to be on the Sooners plus the 14.5. Mike can get more points if you hold out. I might go to 15 because everybody and their mama on Texas. I just think it's too much. I think Texas wins the game. I don't know if they cover 2 touchdowns. It's a lot. What you got?
I'm right there with you, dog. And D. Scott said it. Say, man, records and all that get thrown out the mix. And man, we've been watching this far too long, dog. We've been watching this rivalry since we were in Little League. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go OU with the points, dog. That get blown. So are we on the same page?
We are definitely on the same page. I just think it's too
OU
much.
with the points.
OU with the points.
And I know the thing. They got a freshman quarterback over there. Not out. All that get thrown out the mix, man. Neutral court. All that get thrown out the mix. So
shit gonna be parted down the middle like the Red Sea, orange, burgundy,
and then we thinking like this. Like I'm not saying like OU gonna win. I mean OU. It's a rivalry, man. It's just one of them games. It can go. They don't look at records. They don't look at rankings. They don't look at Heisman hopefuls. Nah, man. It's us versus y'all. So yeah, I'm going with North Texas State plus 14.5 for this one. Because that's all OU is that's all it is all of our talent just going up a little further north. So me and Marley, we both like North Texas State plus 14.5 in the Red River shootout. I'm not saying robbery. I'm calling it the shootout. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm the coach. That's Marley Bets. We are Brothas N Bets. We appreciate everybody tuning in. We appreciate everybody who's tuning in for the first time. That's following Marley over here, coming from Pub Sports, killing it on the NFL preview show on the weekend with Jimmy the Bag, longtime bet Jimmy the Bag. So, hey, man, be sure to hit the like, subscribe. This might be the first time all 4 Heisman candidates are black. Yeah. Hunter, Genty, who else? Milrow, Schrader Saunders.
Yeah. Well, no, because you're probably going to have Will Howard or depending on what happened with this game we're going to talk about later.
I'm surprised Jeremiah Smith ain't in the top. Cam Ward, yeah. Cam Ward. Ain't no he, especially if they finish I say if they even lose, they will have to lose one game, and it'll have to be like he'll still get it.
We'll see. They play Clemson, so that's gonna be their test. They don't play Clemson. That's not ACC.
That won't be the championship, the ACC championship, I believe. Well, yeah, man, D. Scott, we might be barking on some history here. So, hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Let's keep this thing moving. And we're going to go to Big 12 action. It's crazy calling me both these teams Big 12, but we talking about Big 12 action between the Arizona Wildcats 3-2 versus the BYU Cougars, who are 5-0. This game's going down 4:00 Eastern Standard Time at LaVell Edwards Stadium in Utah. This line did open up in favor of Arizona -2.5, and now that line's sitting at a nice 5.5 in favor of the BYU Cougars. Get to some of these actual factuals real quick for this game, and just updating that in MLB, Yankees up 3-2, top of the ninth, while the Dodgers are taking care of their business right now, 5-0 against San Diego. Man, that series there, that California series, it's been alive on Dodge. The crowd's been alive. The players been alive. That's been one of the most entertaining series I've seen in baseball in a long time. Anywho, Arizona 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games. The unders hit 4 out of the last 5. They are 10-2 straight up in the last 12 games, but 2-4 against the spread in the last 6 games against BYU. 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games against BYU. But they're 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games whenever they're playing on the road, though. And the total has gone under 14 out of the last 19 games when playing on a Saturday. BYU's actual factual 7-0 against spread in the last 7 games. The overs hit 4 out of the last 6. They are 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games. The under hit 6 out of the last 6 games against Arizona. 5-1 against spread in the last 6 games at the crib. 4-1 against spread in the last 5 games against a Big 12 conference opponent, but 1-6 straight up in the last 7 games when playing in the month of October. Yikes. Injury reports right now for Arizona. Gunnar Maldonado, defensive back, he left last game with a foot injury. He's questionable. And we know Merritt and Luke, the running backs, they're both out for the season. Injury reports right now for BYU's Moa, linebacker, he's questionable with a foot injury, and LJ Martin, running back, is questionable as well. Last time we seen Arizona, they lost to Texas Tech, which I did a crazy parlay on this one. They lost to Texas Tech 22-28. They did not cover the spread. They were the favorites in that, and they lost outright to Tech at the crib. While BYU been taking care of business, 34-28 blowout at first half against Baylor Bears. So I do not have a play on this one because this is actually one of my VIP plays for our VIP members. So, Marley, I'll let you take this one away.
It's actually the same.
It's the same.
Not the same play, but because I know your play. But
okay, well, let's just talk about it.
We can talk. Yeah, I say we can talk about it. I can throw out some numbers. You know what I mean? BYU offense, they're averaging 33 points a game, almost 250 yards passing, over 120 yards rushing. My problem in this game, I'll say I lean BYU. That's the best I can do right now, and it's mainly because Arizona defense just I got a thing with teams and point differential. A lot of people don't talk about it, but I don't like taking teams that's like definitely teams that give up more points than they score per game. But even if it's close, it gets me nervous. BYU giving up 23, they only averaging 27. I mean, not BYU, Arizona, and Arizona is averaging. I mean, BYU is averaging 33 and giving up like 15, and they're at the crib. And we talk about this every time we talk about BYU. Grown men going up against kids. They go take their sabbatical or whatever it's called. No disrespect.
I mean, we talking about
for 2 years. They come back. These niggas
gray
like
hairs,
24. Yeah, so
33.
Right. So that's about all I'll say about this game as of right
now. All I'm gonna say, and like I said, this is VIP, so Arizona hasn't been looking good in the first half, but they do find a way to climb back. But BYU has been lights out first half in damn near every single game this season, on the road and at the crib. So with that being said, take it for what it's worth. But hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. That's Marley Bets. Right now, we are Brothas N Bets, and you can be sure to catch us every Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, Central Standard Time, excuse me. And you can catch Marley with the crew, Plus and LJ on Wednesdays as well, 4 o'clock Central Standard Time, right here on the Brothas N Bets channel. So we appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Let's keep this thing going, and we got 3 more games to cover. 3 more, and what's crazy is we only got 1 pick each, and we covered like 3 games already. Top 5 showdown. The number 2 Ohio State Buckeyes traveling to Eugene to take on the Oregon Ducks, who are number 3 in the country and 5-0. This is a Big Ten conference matchup going down 7:30 Eastern Standard Time in Oregon. This line did open up in favor of Oregon -1.5, and right now that line, excuse me, man, I forgot. Let me put this down. And right now that line is in favor of Ohio State -3.5. The total is sitting at 53.5 right now. So let's get to these actual factuals real quick, and then we're going to start off with the Ohio State. The undersit 12 out of the last 18 games. They're 5-0 straight up last 5 games, 10-1 straight up in the last 11 games on the road, 10-1 straight up in the last 11 games when playing against another Big Ten conference opponent. The undersit 5 out of the last 5 games when playing in the month of October. And they are, this line don't count. This line don't matter. Let me see if my note. Well, yeah, I'm not even going to worry about that because the new lines suggest otherwise. Oregon Ducks actual factors. They are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games. The under hits 5. The under hit 6 out of the last 8 games. 6-0 straight up in the last 6 games. They are 11-0 straight up in the last 11 games when playing at the crib. 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games when playing against a Big Ten conference opponent. So that number matters for them because they're new to this. 2-4 against the spread in the last 6 games when playing on a Saturday, and 2 and now don't worry about that line, that information right now, because the line has since flopped. Right now, injury reports: Reese Stockdale, wide receiver, he's questionable for Ohio State. Running back Caffey, he's out for the season, but he doesn't matter. Carnell Tate, excuse me, he is questionable as well. For the Oregon Ducks, got quite a long list of questionables, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be playing. Offensive lineman Badford, he's questionable. Bryant Jr. is wide receiver, he's questionable. Defensive back Florence, he's questionable. Grissom at defensive back, he's questionable. Defensive back Terrell, he's questionable. Wide receiver Casper's questionable. You know, they got quite a few guys. They're taking a hit, really, at defensive back, but these are just questionables right now and undisclosed. Last time we seen Ohio State, they took care of business against Iowa, 35-7, and they did cover the 17.5 spread for that game. Last time we seen Oregon, they beat Michigan State 31-10. They did not cover the spread, which was 22.5. So Ohio State, Oregon, Marley Bets, what's your play in this one?
Yeah, man, it's kind of tough because neither one of the teams really have played much competition, so to speak. You know, similar opponent, Michigan State, 31-10, for Oregon, and when Ohio State played them, it was 38-7. But Ohio State went on the road and did that where Oregon was at home. And look, man, they're in the Big 12, but at the end of the day, as of right now, they're still a Pac-12 team. Like, and they just still I just think Ohio State is the better team. They're going to be the more physical team.
No doubt.
And I just think they're defensively better. And I agree with you, Daniel Scott. I agree with you again, bro. Dylan Gabriel, that's coach's boy. Dylan Gabriel hasn't shown me that he's better than Will Howard. And their numbers are very similar. Will
Your
Howard.
mic's low, bro.
Low? Broken?
Yeah. You good.
Yeah. Will Howard, over 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Dylan Gabriel's numbers. 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So, I mean, very, very similar. I think the difference is going to be the defense and the physicality. I think if you like Oregon, maybe you take the first half. But full game, I like Ohio State.
I like Ohio. So you want Ohio State minus 3.5?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I definitely agree with you on, if you were to play anything with Oregon, probably first half, I would agree with you. Ohio State does come out pretty slow in the first half lately, especially when they're stepping up against better competition. But that second half, they turn it on, man. That's another team that just, I don't know. There's something about these Big Ten teams that when they start off slow, it's cool. They go make these adjustments and then they turn it up. The ones who's supposed to be doing what they do, they turn it up a notch. So I'm right there with you. I like Ohio State minus 3.5 full game. Maybe Dan Lanning, what's his name? The coach for Oregon. Maybe he's been not putting on a great performance because he's trying to not show too much because he's been looking forward for this matchup. But now we're gonna see. All right, now we want to see you play on the field, no clicks. Talk that big last year against Colorado when they was undefeated. So now you got you a big boy coming in your turf who's undefeated, who has an established program. So I want that same energy you had for Colorado and Coach Prime and them when they came into your stadium last year around this time when they were undefeated. So let's see what you got right now, Coach Lanning and the rest of y'all. And I want to see that rah-rah speech you give them, Ohio State, because if I don't see no speech or nothing like that, none of that energy, that just tell me you got that stank between your legs. I'm going Ohio State minus 3.5. I'm just saying, keep that same energy, my boy. You got these boys coming in. I better see some live like pregame speech. I don't know. I'm sounding like Marley right now, but I better see something.
Why you gotta throw me in?
Because I'm kind of taking it personal against them right now. It didn't just dawn on me till I started like really thinking about yeah, you better be ready to go, coach, because you same situation, just a more established program. Keep that same energy, my boy. So. All right, I guess we both like Ohio State on that play. Nothing else needs to be said, to be honest. So, hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm the coach. That's Marley Bets. We are Brothas N Bets. And Jackson State is putting it on New Mexico State, 40-6. Shout out to everybody from that New Mexico State team that went to Vanderbilt, and they pulled the upset off last week, man. That was good stuff. So, hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in, and let's stay in the SEC before we get to our last game. And we're talking about Ole Miss taking on LSU in Death Valley. Oh, my goodness. Decline. My bad. Did you hear that?
Yeah, your phone ringing? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's connected to the my laptop.
I got you. That shit loud as fuck.
Yeah. All right. LSU traveling to Death Valley to take on Ole Miss traveling to Death Valley to take on LSU. This is gonna be a good game. Ole Miss 5-1 taking on LSU, who's 4-1, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time in Tiger Stadium. This line did open up in favor of LSU minus 2.5, and right now that line's at Ole Miss minus 3.5. Get to some of these actual factuals real quick. Ole Miss 6-1 against the spread in the last 7 games. The unders hit 5 out of the last 5 games. They are 8-1 straight up in the last 9 games. 2-6 straight up in the last 8 games against Louisiana State. What's that, Diddy Connor? Yeah, Diddy better give me some money for my hit. Ole Miss 0-5 against the spread in the last 5 games when playing on the road against LSU. How the fuck we get Diddy out of somebody calling me? What the fuck is that about? That's wild, man. That's crazy. LSU actual factuals, it just threw me all the way off. 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 games. The over has hit 16 out of the last 20, 8-1 straight up in the last 9 games. The overs also hit 6 out of the last 7 games against Ole Miss. 13-0 straight up in the last 13 games at the crib. 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 games when playing at the crib against Ole Miss. Some of these injury reports, a very nice long list right now for Ole Miss. I mean, we talking about offensive lineman Jeremy James. He's questionable. Defensive lineman Stone, he's questionable. Devin Price at wide receiver. Trey Harris at wide receiver. Trey Harris left last game, so he's questionable with a leg injury right now. Offensive lineman Pfeiffer, he's questionable. I mean, it's a nice little list of guys, that are questionable for this game that we definitely need to keep an eye on. As far as LSU, we already know Emory Jones, he's out for the year. Hilton Jr., wide receiver, he is questionable for this game. Z Alexander, excuse me. He is questionable at the cornerback position with the concussion. Harold Perkins, linebacker, he's out indefinitely as well. Last time we seen Ole Miss, they did cover the spread 27-3 against South Carolina. And LSU did cover the spread. They beat South Alabama 42-10. So with all that being said, Ole Miss taking on LSU. Marley Bets, what's your play on this one?
Yeah, I need to dig into the questionables because it's all undisclosed and shit. Like niggas got in trouble and shit or something like that. That might be first half situation or something. But anyway, I'll say this. In looking at everything, man, it just feel like Ole Miss does everything a little bit better than LSU. Like, you know what I'm saying? The offense, they both want to score, but I think Ole Miss is a little bit better. I think Jackson Dart is a little bit better than Nussmeier. I think they got a little bit better receivers. They definitely run the ball a lot better with Harris Jr. Over at LSU. And did you ever think you see the day? And I knew this shit when Brian Kelly came over here. They was gonna start sucking on defense, bro. And when have you ever seen the LSU team like not be good on defense? That's like what the fuck LSU does. Right. Like now they can't. Come on, bro. You got Nichols putting up 21. LSU opener USC opener put up 27. South Carolina put up 33. Like that shit is insane for an LSU-led team. So, like with that being said, nighttime Death Valley, does that shit even mean anything anymore though, bro? Because like the defense, I just feel like that whole shit was all a part of it. You know what I mean? And like now, when the team can score on you though, like it nullifies the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So I want to take the 3.5 with LSU, but like, bro, I can't take, like, my problem is the point differential shit. And I just said
hey, talk about
it. Said that shit earlier. I forgot what we were talking about. Boys are scoring.
I think it was Penn State.
Yeah, Penn State game. LSU averages 35 points a game. You know what I'm saying? But then on defense, motherfuckers is giving up 21. So yeah, that's 15. But then I go look at Ole Miss, bro. They giving up they averaging 47 points on offense and then only giving up 8. You know what I'm saying? Like they play defense over there. They damn sure stop the run. Unless you already can't run the ball. So now we're just gonna throw the ball all over the place, gonna get in the shootout. Well, Ole Miss, I'd rather take Ole Miss if we go do a shootout. So And I just think D Scott just said it again. Jackson Dart can sling the rock too. I think he's the better quarterback, let alone sling the rock. The over might be the move. I agree. 61? 61? It's definitely going over. I agree. 61 and a half. But well, see, I don't know, because Ole Miss can play defense at least a little bit. Depending on what those injuries are. I mean, shit, defensively, I go look at their numbers. South Carolina, they held South Carolina to 3 in South Carolina. The Kentucky game was weird, but they held them to 20. Everybody else, they held under a touchdown. I just go look at LSU, bro. I just see 33, 21, and 20. Yeah, they held UCLA to 17. Congratulations. And UCA and USA to 10. Congratulations. I just think Ole Miss is the better team. I like the over too, but I'll give me Ole Miss minus 3.5. I understand Death Valley and all that shit, but that was pre Brian Kelly. I'm not that sold. He can run the offense, but like he can't defense, bro. That's LSU mystique.
I hear you.
I hear you. I feel you. Hey, it could be. It'd be a tight game. I want to take the 3.5, but I feel like
with that little boy in that old commercial, what he told Barkley when Barkley was trying to get some of his drink, don't even think about it. Just a little.
Nah, bro. Good luck.
I like LSU with these points right here. I'm gonna go with the home crowd. I'm gonna go with with it being the first night game, the first SEC conference night game. I've been watching Ole Miss all year long. I saw some stuff that scared me about this offense. If they can stop the run, we just gonna throw deep. I would not be surprised if LSU wins this one outright, to be honest with you. Now I see all the public because
they're giving up 100 yards. They giving up over 100 yards rush in the game.
They looking at number 10, number 5. What number? What's they ranking right now?
Ole Miss.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get number 9, top 10 team. LSU's what?
13.
I'm going LSU with these points. I'm going with Death Valley. Hey, they just gonna have to show me in this one. Lane Kiffin was due a slip-up game, and he had it. So that might work in the favor, but it's just something about Baton Rouge at night.
I understand. I just don't think this is that no more because they don't play defense, and I just feel like if you can score and quiet the crowd, then you get those moments of where they're not as loud as normal.
But another thing that scares me, Marley, I didn't mean to cut you off, is I'm looking at that list of guys who are questionable.
Yeah, but it's not injury. That's why I'm okay.
It's a lot of injuries too. So
it's undisclosed.
Right. And I kind of want to wish we weren't coaching and stuff. We could do this a Saturday morning show, dog. Like so bad. But
I'm actually off this Saturday. We don't have we have a bye week.
Oh, you know what? Because it's our homecoming week. We might be off too. I think we are off Saturday. Okay. Maybe we might pop up. We might just pop out and do it early. And do it like a 10 o'clock show or something. But I guess we're going our separate ways on that one. LSU, you like LSU plus I like LSU plus 3.5. Marley likes Ole Miss minus 3.5. So we going head to head on that one, man.
It's cool. Interesting.
Yeah, hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. That's Marley Bets. We are Brothas N Bets, and let's get to our last game of the night. The prime time game. Kansas State, number 4, -4, traveling to Colorado. Kansas State, 4-1. Buffalo, 4-1. Buffalo wins this. They top 25. For sure they are. This line opened up -6 in favor of Kansas State. Right now, that line's -4. Get to some of these actual factuals. Kansas State, the unders hit 4 out of the last 6 games. They are 5-1 straight up last 6 games, 5-1 against the spread in last 6 games against Colorado, but 2-5 against the spread in last 7 games when playing on the road. They are 10-4 against the spread as well in the last 14 games against a Big 12 conference opponent. Colorado 7-3 against spread in last 10 games, 4-1 straight up last 5 games. The overs hit 6 out of last 9 games against Kansas State, but that's a long time ago. The overs also hit 6 out of last 7 games at the crib. They are 5-12 straight up last 17 games, though, against a Big 12 conference opponent. 3-15 straight up last 18 games in the month of October. But 7-1 against spread in last 8 games when playing on a Saturday. Injury report right now for Kansas, tight end Lofton. He's out indefinitely. And for Colorado, Carter, defensive line, he's out indefinitely. Shiloh, he's out indefinitely. We already know that. Trevor Woods is out for the season. He redshirt. And Deion Hayes, defensive line, he's questionable. Last time we seen Kansas State, they put it on it and ran all up and down Oklahoma State. They won 42-6, covering that spread as a 6-point favorite. And last time we seen Colorado, they won 48-21 2 weeks ago against Central Florida in Orlando as they were a 13.5 underdog. So with all that being said, Kansas State, Colorado, Marley, what's your play for this one?
This is kind of tough, dog, because
can I just say this?
Go ahead.
I know Dylan Edwards for Kansas is going to be amped up, but he's been getting scrubbed over there. And I know everybody in Colorado going to be amped up to try to to beat them and beat Dylan. Because, dog, I watched all of the YouTube shows for Colorado, and Dylan Edwards was a big part of that team. He had personality. It shocked everybody in the world when I think he was more of a shocker than Cromartie McClain when he decided to enter the portal. And, man, he's not even getting utilized right over there. So I definitely know the Colorado Buffs, they are still feeling some type of way, even though they might not say it, and they're going to come out here and try to bring it to them. But if they can't stop the run, they're going to be in trouble because Kansas State going to play disciplined football, and they're going to run that ball. And they do got a quarterback who's pretty nice at scrambling. But, anywho, that's all I wanted to say. Marley, what's your play on this?
Nope, that's exactly what I was going to say. I don't know if they boys can stop the run, dog. And like that's what this game is going to boil down to. Can Colorado State man up in the trenches and stop the front fucking run? Because K-State finna run that hoe down their throat, or at least they finna try to. You know what I'm saying? That boy Gideon's, excuse me. 83 carries, bro, 600 yards. He only got 2 touchdowns. We averaging 7.3 yards per carry. And yeah, I'm with you, these guys. They are gonna have a field day. The only thing is, I was gonna say the opposite of that. They got the bye week to prepare the extra week. This is a big game, Big 12. They're 2-0 in the fucking conference. Like, this is K-State was one of the teams that was projected to win the conference. They already had a slip up. I don't want to say you can put the nail in the coffin, but you can be sitting real pretty in the driver's seat for a Big 12 championship if you can get this game at home, at night, late night. You getting 4.5. But woo, the motherfuckers can't stop the run, coach. And that's
but hold on. But here's the thing though. UCF led the nation. It was like top 3 in rushing per game this year. And they shut that shit down.
Yeah, but Gideon's, man, they giving up 150 yards rushing per game, Colorado.
I'm just throwing it out there. They did a phenomenal job last week against one of the top rushing teams in the country.
Now, I will say this. K-State, on the opposite side, they can stop the run, but they cannot stop the pass.
That pass.
They are terrible in the pass game. Travis Hunter and them should have a fucking field day if the line can block. So, with all that being said, man, I honestly can tell you, I don't know who wins this game. I think it can go either way. But if you go give me more than a field goal, with the home team being the dog, with the extra week to prepare, with this being a big game, I don't think nobody's overlooking this game. They got to come up with a plan to at least slow down the run. If you can get ahead and force K-State to throw, they got a chance. I'm gonna close my eyes and take the 4 points, man. I really think K-State wins the game. I don't know if they cover it. Kind of depends on if Colorado gets ahead and forces K-State to pass to a bet on the run, then they win. If Kansas State is running that ball, it's over. They don't have a chance. I think it's gonna be hard to keep staying in the game because they gotta bleed the clock, keep them off the field, force Colorado to have to score. It's just gonna be tough. But I'm gonna take the 4.
You gonna take the 4?
I'm rocking with Prom, man. Prom at the crib. I don't know how ruckus Colorado gonna be, but it's gonna be jumping for Colorado. We did see K-State go on the road and blow it at BYU.
But is it blowing it? Are you BYU?
BYU is a good team. I agree. But for them, yeah, that perform. It's not that they just lost, it's the way they win. You know what I mean? The game was over with.
Colorado plus 5.5.
That's a better number than 4, obviously.
I mean,
and then Johnson, the quarterback, man, he basically still a rookie.
That boy said, "Who a rookie?"
The quarterback. It's his first year starting.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did he come from Kansas?
Where did the quarterback come from? Johnson? Yeah, he's been at Kansas, I think. Avery Johnson. He's a sophomore.
No, not Kansas State. Was he at Kansas and then transferred to Kansas State?
Oh, I'm not sure. That's a good question. Nebraska was at home though. Nebraska was home at night.
Yes, these guys. Yes.
And hold on, I'll say this because I thought about that too, right? Nebraska situation. Second game of the season. Colorado is in Nebraska at a night game. The whole what's the coach name? What's his name?
Matt Rule
and Dion got the whole shit going. Like they was super fucking hyped up for that game. And last thing I'll say this: K-State D-line is good. It ain't Nebraska D-line.
It ain't Nebraska D-line though. But, bruh, I saw Kansas State firsthand play. First, I saw them play against. I seen them play against. What's that team called?
Arizona.
BYU. BYU. It was just one of them games. BYU just came out. They just came out just clicking, and they couldn't do something. They couldn't do anything. Dog.
The thing is though, they jumped on top of them and they took the run game.
Bruh. I
agree with you. I think Kansas State's the better team. No lie.
I put a lot of money on Oklahoma State when they played Kansas State. I even had Hova on the phone. We was on the phone watching. Bruh, them gaps were huge. When I tell you them running lanes was huge, we thinking like maybe they can slow down. I told Mikey, I said, Mikey, don't bet money on Oklahoma State second half. He was like, do you like Oklahoma State second half? I said no. I took Oklahoma State. I said no. They can't. How much game planning can you do if you just can't stop the run? Put 9 in the box. Like the lanes, the gaps did not get smaller, Marley, in the second half. They got bigger. Like. And I've seen Colorado look suspect. I didn't see y'all text messages when I'm not even watching the Colorado game. And I just see the text messages like, dog. And you know what they said? Colorado can't stop the run. And who said it? These guys said it. Colorado, this is Mikey. You know he big on, dog, Colorado is so undisciplined. They are undisciplined, dog. I'm going Kansas State -4, man. And you know, this coach from Kansas State, he been shooting a lot of slugs at Colorado. And a lot of people think he just went and got Dylan Edwards just to one up Prime and just be like, hey, I took one of your key players.
This is a big game for Prime, man.
It's a big game for both teams. You know, but like best believe they got no choice but to get Dylan Edwards involved in the game, and I would love to see.
That might mess up that game. I mean, I can't say it's gonna mess up that game plan, but
I would love to see. I would love to see. Damn, what was I gonna say? Oh, I would love to see the prop line on Dylan Edwards for that game, just to see where they have him at. But, you know, and there's a lot of speculation that Dylan Edwards has been kind of telling guys like, "Hey, man, I messed up behind the clothes. I should have stayed." You know, so, but bro, undisciplined team primetime games. Oh man, more penalties, more unsportsmanlike plays, bro. Them lanes that I've seen them open up again.
We might get the home crowd. We might get a few flags go our way. The refs might be in our pocket.
The only thing they're gonna do is call holding. They can just keep calling holding. Because I'm telling you.
Bring that shit back. Yeah, I mean, I think Kansas State I just think you get a week to prepare.
Yeah.
Extra week on the road, big time game. They can't stop the pass. That's what Colorado State does best. If you get on top of them,
it's gonna be a great game. All of hey man,
I think Kansas State is the best team, better team.
We gotta get all the Colorado viewers now and all that, because after the stars leave, are we gonna still be watching? Yeah, we'll watch it, but it's not like to the magnitude of we got household names on Colorado.
You gotta win. Right, you gotta win. That's the only way.
Gotta win.
I said he. But...
Oh, I thought you said we gotta win.
No.
Yes, so I want to see if it's a shootout. Yeah, it gotta be.
I don't
crazy.
think it'll be a shootout.
It can be.
Well, no, it can be.
It can be.
It can be.
Big 12, baby. Hey man, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Let's just kind of do a quick recap because we are over an hour right now on our games. Marley, he likes Oklahoma plus 14.5. He likes Ohio State minus 3.5. He likes Ole Miss minus 3.5, and he likes Colorado plus the 4. As for myself, I'm right there with him on Oklahoma and the Ohio State game. I like Oklahoma plus 14.5. I like Ohio State minus 3.5. But I like LSU plus 3.5 at the crib, and I like Kansas State on the road to ground and pound and get Colorado out of there. Too much pride is on the line too in this game, and I think there's more pride on the line for Colorado than anything. But yes, sir. Hey, what's your play for tomorrow's game? NFL.
Oh,
first off, let the people know who is playing tomorrow and what's the line.
San Fran, Seattle,
in Seattle.
Yeah, in Seattle. And I think the line is like 3. 3-ish.
The line is 3.5 favor of San Francisco.
3.5 favor of San Francisco. Yeah. I think I like the points. I like the points with Seattle. But yeah, coming off back-to-back losses. Tough loss at the crib. San Fran ain't been looking that good. Banged up. When you look at it, their 2 wins are against the Jets and the Patriots. Lost to Arizona, lost to the Rams, lost to Minnesota. So I like the points.
Yeah, I don't have a play on that. If anything, I probably do like.
I don't have a play on it. I lean Seattle. I'm not making.
Yeah, I'll probably go with Seattle too. But hey, man, that's it, dog. That's all we got, man. If you can lead us on prayer, we can get out of here.
Yeah, man. As always, this is Brothas N Bets. I am Marley Bets. That is the coach, and may the odds ever be in your favor. And y'all already know what it is. Let's eat Vegas. We out this one.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems. We gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays.